Hi, welcome to this Cancer March 2025 bonus reading. I am excited to do a bonus reading. I was really called to do this for whatever reason. I felt really inspired. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a little extra for March, and maybe some people benefit from it. That's what I hope. Check out my description box for all the information you need and all the information about this channel and about me as a person. And like, subscribe, comment if you enjoy these readings. If you have been here before and you're like, oh yeah, it's a nice one, that's a good one, then oopsie, something from the past is coming up, you guys. Oh my goodness. Wow, the Aeon. Okay. Let's just jump into it. Forget about the rest. I wanted to say it was not so important. The Aeon card, very far back in the subconscious mind, or even the unconscious in the past, on the floor back there, is wanting to make an appearance. And that is, I mean, very far back. It doesn't have to be very far back, but it's kind of like back. It's about a decision, maybe some judgment or some new consciousness coming in that made us really decide very clearly in which direction we want to go, coming back up. Or now we might feel the results or see the results of that decision and that judgment. Some judgment that we made in the past might come up again, or might be a topic again. This is interesting. It seems like you've already stepped into a new era, which is the Aeon, and you made that decision, and you made that judgment to step into this, and maybe now it's forming, or now you're seeing it, or now you're perceiving it, and now you're realizing it. Interesting. Let's see what more there is. Oh, 10 of Wands. Weird. Oh, Star card. What? Another card wants to come out also. Oh wow, the Lust card. This is 1, 2, 3 major arcana, very powerful. The Queen of Cups is here, also very powerful. The 10 of Wands is here, also intense. This is intense. I mean, this is no joke. It is gonna be kind of a short reading, so let's see how we can make sense out of all of this. Very intuitively, I have the sense that we're now seeing, as I said, the results of a judgment call we made in the past, that now gives us a feeling of being at the right place at the right time, guided by the universe. Is the Star card. Having a sense of also being guided, because the Aeon card is also guidance from above. It's like a divine moment as well. It's not just like our own judgment. It's like the divine, the universe, the outer sources showing us a certain picture or a certain reality, or a certain, it doesn't have to be in reality, it's a feeling, it's an assuredness to step into a certain direction. It's very clear. They're very discerning also with the Aeon. It's like, this is no, this is a yes. It's like very straightforward. And therefore, I think now we arrive in a place where it's like, right, this feels like a lot. 10 of Wands, this feels like a lot of work. This feels like a struggle in a way, or oh wow, look at that. 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, you guys. This is very, very powerful. It feels like this is a lot. This is worth fighting for. This is worth striving for. because I know success is right underneath it, right there, right in front of it. This is very powerful. This is the result, the victory of the struggle. This is the struggle. This is the also, maybe it's competition, maybe it's just like the fight. It's the fight, you know, for what you want, and this is the win. It's right there. And maybe even just making that decision that the fight will be worth it. You know, this is the Aeon. Like, I'm gonna fight for this. I'm gonna do all the difficult things. I'm gonna push until I feel like I can't anymore, which is the Ten of Wands. Because I really, really am passionate about this last card. I really have the passion in a deeper sense for going there. I feel it in me. I have the drive. I have also the full female drive, in a sense that I know how to control the beast and to still let the gentleness into, to be able to move in a graceful but still inspired way. It's a lot. It's a lot, I know. But we do have so much compassion for ourselves here with the Queen of Cups. We have so much love. We have so much deep sense of calm and emotional collectedness, and know how to find back to that place again and again and again after all the intensity, after all that it's a lot type of feeling. We have so much very evolved emotional knowledge and energy. We are so emotionally grown up. This is what the Queen of Cups is, very emotionally grown up, that we know how to hold ourselves through this. Even if it's like maybe the fight of our lives, you know, it's not a fight against a specific person, it's a fight for ourselves. I think it's a fight for realizing our passions, for realizing also our true will, and for living that creative fullness that is leading so many spirits and people and inspiring so many people to be near it, to be close it for some reason. It's really interesting. It's a big thing that's happening here, and it's a very deep thing. And you knew it was coming because you decided that this is gonna come, and you knew it's gonna feel like it's a lot. And it's hardly, you know, it's hard. With the last card, we have so much strength, with so much passion, with so much power. We also have a lot of physical power and drive. Still, carrying this, it's not a walk in the park, as I like to say. You know, it's like, this is the real stuff. It's going to be over. We know this cannot go on forever, and it will not. I don't even think here it's only moments where we're like, oh, there is our boundaries, there is our limits. You know, it's like just building more and more resilience, going more and more to our limits, going further and further, carrying again and again, and always coming back into that very nurturing, caring, self-loving, gentle space to really recuperate, and that space that really helps us carry on. Amazing, amazing. Wow. Big cinema. Cancer, it's big cinema here. That's the stories, you know, of humanity, where we're like, yes, everything is in it. It's like the drama, It's the emotional intensity, it's the work, it's the struggle, it's the win, it's the star quality, it's the connectedness to something greater than ourselves, it's the drive, it's the will to live, lust card, it's the will to realize yourself as a human being, as a creative being, as a sexual being, as a emancipated being, especially a woman. It doesn't have to be a woman, but we have very feminine energy here as well with the Queen of Cups and the Lust card. Amazing. So let's see what this could mean for relationships. This other person doesn't have to be romantic. Justice card. This other person, Justice card. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra, or you are dealing with somebody who is really has good judgment, is also really good to work with on a partner level. This, if it's not romantic, it's like maybe a very level-headed person that is making really just and well thought out and balanced decisions. Diplomatic person, wants to work for the good of all. But of course, it could also be somebody who is interested in a relationship with you on a more romantic level. But this is really also about having something that is a partnership, that is balanced, that is not, you know, just like a fling or some sexual thing, but a very balanced and healthy, whatever that means, relationship. The Justice card is about relationships also of the mind, partnerships of the mind, contracts, agreements. Nine of Swords in the reverse. I have a feeling there's a person, or if it's not a specific person, and maybe this is the fight, you know, maybe this is the fight also. If it's not a specific person, it's an idea of a relationship or how you want to live relationships that you're very passionate about, but you also know it's a lot of work to get there, mentally, maybe, to be able to live these balanced relationships. I think there is stuff that you have to deal with when it comes to your own passions and how they maybe feel like they're too much, or what you want is maybe too much, and get a little more I'm looking for the right word. Moderate, that's the word. Getting in that moderation also in the thinking, and I think that is a big challenge here, to just rein yourself back, to be able to level things out a little more, so they don't become so oppressive and so intense with the Ten of Wands and Nine of Swords in the reverse. The Nine of Swords in the reverse, I like it because we're able to hold each other back, also to hold that mental beast back, you know, because the Lust card is as well holding, like reining back in energies that run wild, you know, and that could be so destructive and intense, which is the Nine of Swords, and not just learning more and more to not let yourself go there, because that is just exactly the threshold into the very problematic environment. It's the border, you know, it's tipping over, it's not gonna end well. And that is a skill I think we're learning here. and it's intense. It's difficult. It's a I wouldn't say difficult. It's just really something that we need to actively be doing. Yeah, wow. And also it's maybe a little bit of a challenge to not, with another person, because seeing that this other person is very level-headed and evened out, or always trying to level things out, not trying to disturb their peace in a sense, you know. It's really like you can't, with the Justice card, you can't win. This person is the master of the sword, you know. That's what we or this other energy, and we maybe also might want to go more towards those people in relationships that are able to really even that stuff out, you know, and keep things in balance and keep things peaceful and diplomatic, because that's really what we need in this world, let's be honest. Seven of Swords in the reverse, beautiful, because that's when we are really, really trying to be, I mean, this is very, it is all in the head, what's going on here. It's all communication, it's all in the head, it's all figuring things out in the head. It's really people being very honest with themselves, mainly, and honest also with the other person, not holding back their true selves, not trying to convince people for their own benefit or something. It's like a very, you know, it's a non-corrupt energy that's happening here mentally and strategically in relationships. It's like you're not trying to corrupt a person, or a person is not trying to corrupt you. This person or a person is just wanting to be in peace and leveled out and have good relationships, you know. And you're like seeing how that makes certain types of operating, like modi operandi, as you say, impossible. With people like that, we cannot negotiate what's not to negotiate. We cannot get something out of them that's, they don't react to that. They have their, and it's still very fair and calm and collected and trying to act in a sense that is fair to everybody, but of course keeping a peaceful atmosphere. That's all the Justice card. And this person also is not interested in corrupting you or getting something out of it, or it's not a mask like some people who are like, oh, I'm so calm and collected, but underneath they're just like, you know, there's a lot going on. But you can sense that, you can feel that. That's, I don't think that this person is a master in staying the course by balancing things out, which is a very artful thing to do. And that's why this card also is a card of kind of the feminine Fool card in the Crowley deck. It's very interesting. It's like it's still a very artful balancing act, and it's in a way a dance to do that, a mental dance also. So yeah, wow. Whew. This might call everybody in the situation to really isolate a little bit, come back and get inspired through maybe yeah, through the luxury of emotionally being somewhat satisfied with how things are and not being needy. But there is a sense of, I mean, there's a sense of boredom a little bit, you know, with the Four of Cups. But out of this boredom, out of this isolation and boredom, creative ideas can emerge. It's what's this card is brilliantly and beautifully suggesting and symbolizing. It really helps us to this is the Four of Cups is such an interesting card in this deck. It's such a good, it's so this, I love this deck. I can't stress this enough. You find everything in the description box. Just for ending this reading, this card is a card actually of emotional overflow and stability. But this emotional stability often gives us a space where we're like, oh, and now what? Now we need to create something that kind of is a catalyst for something to happen, because we're getting bored, you know. And at the same time, in this boredom of luxury, which is often the case for people who have it all, you know, a lot of creative things can happen, because we need to become inventful. Is that a word? Inventful? Inventing. We need to become we need to invent a situation that can help us grow, because if we're just constantly in a state of comfort, there is no growth. And that is the tricky thing here with the balance and with the, you know, just making sure that we are not tipping over into realms that are too extreme. And this is the fight here, to find that, I feel like that's the fight, to find that line, fine line. Oh, beautiful, fine line. Maybe you want to draw more. Fine line, you know, drawing could be beneficial. All right, I'm gonna stop here. This is interesting reading, beautiful. So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting, listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.